Hey yo, what's up, you guys? Got a brand new figure. Didn't expect to get it, honestly. This was not a figure I was expecting to see. Just because of the area I'm in, we don't get a lot of new stuff right away. So, kind of nice to see this. I mean, this has been out a little bit, but it is really nice to see. And that is the DC McFarlane Multiverse Gold Label Dark Flash. So, here's the box. You got the name, you got the name on the side and the storyline, which is Speed Metal, which was connected to Dark Knight's Metal. Then you got that. And then on the back, you got a promo photo of 3 different Dark Flashes. The reason why is, well, one, there were multiple ones in that storyline, if I remember correctly. I haven't read the storyline, but I researched it a little bit. And then also, there is 3 different variations. You got one with white eyes, one with yellow eyes, one with red eyes, and they all got different facial expressions. But they're all pretty much the same figure. I'm not going to get multiple variations. I just need one because I've only known one. And yeah, so here he is with the lightning effects on him. But before we get into that, let's take a look at his basic accessories. So start off, he's got the normal McFarlane stand. I would like to see more figures come with the flight stand, or even just a stand that would if you got him in a complete running pose, that would be able to hold him up. I would like to see more of that. Maybe that's cost efficiency. I don't know. But it is still nice that we just got a stand anyways. But then you've got the card, which has the same photo as it on the back. On the back, it's got a read up. It says, real name, unknown. When the speedsters are so fast, how could death possibly catch them? A dark amalgamation, seemingly of the Speed Force's own design, with little known about it. It comes clad in black speedster suit with a rotting undead face. It collects the dead of those gifted with speed to return them to the Speed Force at the end of their lives. That still doesn't stop the speedsters from trying to outrun their own personal Reaper. Yeah, so Barry has had a couple of run-ins with him. I haven't seen too much about him, but I'm honestly just glad to get another villain. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I mean, technically you could consider Black Adam a villain, but I haven't gotten a lot of DC villains. I have a decent amount of Marvel villains, which are actually all packed away right now for, moving reasons. But yeah. So yeah, I'm glad to get another DC villain, because the last DC villain that I technically still have on my villain shelf is King Shazam. So there's a few different villains out there I am planning to get, though. Don't worry. I know they just revealed an Aquaman wave of Page Punchers, and I'm planning on getting that. There's that Flash wave of Page Punchers, which I'm planning to get a lot of figures from that as well. So there are a lot of villains I am planning to get. I know Ocean Master is at Target right now, so he might be one of the other villains I get next. So, and I do realize the funny coincidence that I'm reviewing kind of a basically zombie Flash right before Halloween. I didn't notice that until later on after I got this figure. But yeah, so let's take a look at his accessories now. So he's got just these lightning effects. I have him on his arms because that was the easiest way for me to pose him. You can put him on his legs. These are a bit tight to open up, though. So maybe those with you more experienced, you can just heat them up with some warm water or whatever. See if you can apply them and get them better on there. From the way I had it posed, it looked fine, but if you like it, where it actually is on both the legs and the arms, there's that. Or if you just have if you're lucky to have more than just these effects to work with, then that's awesome too. They're both differently designed, by the way. They both have different designs to them, so they're not the same. But let's take a look at this Dark Flash figure. So obviously the most interesting part of this figure is definitely the head. I mean, it's very zombie-like. If it wasn't Dark Flash and you put a Black Lantern on this guy, I would have thought that this was a Black Lantern figure, because Black Lanterns are basically, undead, uh, people, and they just have consciousness and they have a lantern ring. So, it is really nicely sculpted. It's got really nice detail. You got like rotting teeth and, the flesh and all that. And the white eyes stick out at you. And then you've got the usual little wings on the side. And then just to get like the more zombie looking parts out of the way, you've got like these really well painted and like sculpted arms. Like the thing said, it's basically the speedster's own Grim Reaper. So even like this pose looks like kind of fitting for him. You've got the this like gold lightning symbol and these gold gauntlets, and then the gold applied down the waist and the legs. And then the rest of it is a black suit with some textured muscle. And there's just some other like textures that like a suit would have. He does have boots technically, at least this body I do believe is the same body as the comic Flash figure and the reverse Flash figure. I do plan to get that reverse Flash. It's just been a little bit of a wait. And I do know that there's that other kind of like speed metal wave where it has like Jay Garrick, another version of Barry, another version of Wally. If anything, I'll get Jay Garrick from that wave. I don't know if I'll get Wallace because it's not the suit that I picture Wallace in. But maybe. I'll have to see a review. But I hope that we do get also like a standard version of Wallace West with the yellow suit as Kid Flash. But I do plan to get that other. But they recently have done a lot of Flash stuff. I mean, there's plenty of Flash villains by now. And like I said, I do plan to get a lot of the figures from that Page Punchers wave. I plan to get Captain Cold, Heat Wave, I think that's his name, and Gorilla Grodd. I plan to get all three of those figures. There's probably other figures I'm missing right now, but I would love to do that. And then, yeah, so I also do plan to get Godspeed at some point. I don't know when, though, so we'll have to see. But I'm just really happy I finally got a villain for DC again. Shelf's definitely been kind of empty. So anyways, also in regards to the other gold label figure that's showing up at Walmart, which is the Shazam, I didn't see him there. I'm kind of debating because I'm like, do I wait until the Shazam 2 movie figures or do I get this figure? So, I don't know. That movie doesn't come out till March, so it's kind of hard. That's the thing for me. If you guys don't know, I usually only get one of each character, unless obviously it's like an army builder. The only time I ever get different versions of a character is if it's like, for example, a comic or movie version or a comic and video game version. And those are only for characters I really, really like. Or in case like Marvel Legends, sometimes because that character is in a Build-A-Figure wave and I want that Build-A-Figure. So I only get usually one of each character, but there are some exceptions I can make. But it usually has to be like a really good reason, or it has to be for a practical reason. For example, I got that other Red Hood figure to make the Outlaws, but I still have a Red Hood in the Bat family. And I'm planning to do that to get another Batman as well, to put him in the Justice League and yada, yada, yada. I have even thought about getting like another Tim Drake figure for like a Young Justice, which I might. They've made a Robin Tim Drake, but I might, depending on what they decide to do. I already have like another Nightwing figure I can put for Titans, but yeah, so. But anyways, enough about me rambling. But that's just so you guys know, because of that, that's why I always debate, like, do I wait until the movie comes out, or do I go ahead and get this comic version or this video game version? Who knows? So, but let's take a look at the articulation. Can look up that much, can look down that much, can look side to side. He's got great tilt. It can kind of shift back and forth. He's got that usual double joint in there. His arms can move out that much. He does have a bicep swivel and a double jointed elbow that works really well. I think mine's just a little loose. He's got the usual like up and down, but I think you can turn around and go in and out, and it does swivel. All the joints combined allow him to crunch that far forward, that far back. It can tilt side to side, so you can get those really weird poses. And then it can turn. And then this joint here also does all the same motion. His legs can kick out that far, kick back that far. They don't really have any swivel. He's got double jointed knees. I think it's still the same thing at the feet, but they've done a better job at hiding it. They've kind of changed it from the ball joint, but he can go that far back and that far forward, and he does have ankle pivot, and then he has toe articulation. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much this figure. But yeah, I thought I was going to get Cyclone next, but turns out I'm going to get this guy first. I'm just glad to have a villain. So, guess I can... Yeah, he gets in a good running pose. What's really good about this, figure is that he gets in a very good running pose. Hopefully he's not... Let's see, how did I have this originally? So like that. Well, that works. Do be careful with these, though. These are hard plastic, like I said, so they are tight to get on. But at the same time, if you get them on, there is a risk of, depending on how you have them, you could break them. But I think this is the pose I would like to have them in. I doubt I could keep him standing up that way, though, unfortunately, because I do not have a stand that can keep him up that way. So it may just be that he's probably going to have like a standing up and down pose with the lightning effects on. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you liked it, like, share, and subscribe. Apologies for no comparisons to other figures, although I do have a bunch of Marvel Legends right here. I don't really have any figures to compare them to right now. So, but I will see you in the next one, which might either be Cyclone or an X-Men Marvel Legend. We shall see. Also, with regards to Marvel Legends, that Black Panther Wakanda Forever wave, for sure, I can guarantee you I am going to get the Namor figure. So, but I will see you in the next one. Peace.